Hey guys, it's Jessica here. I just wanted to let you know I had my son. He's right there, eating right now. He was born on November 17th of 2019, a whole entire month early. I was due December 17th, 2019, and he has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I had a completely medication-free VBAC. I had no pain meds. I had no Pitocin or anything to help me along. It started at 11:30 in the morning and went to 11:29 at night, so a whole 12 hours of labor with this one. He came out crying, healthy. He was born 6 pounds, 3 ounces, 19.5 inches long. I had the best midwife nurse anyone could have asked for. She was completely, she was the reason why I did it. If it wasn't for her and explaining to me everything that needed to happen and everything I needed to do and coaching me through it and her calm voice, I would not have been able to have him 100% naturally. It was my goal. It was my dream to go into labor with him and have a successful VBAC, which I got. My wonderful boyfriend was there, along with my mother. Both of them, again, I don't think I would have been able to do it if they weren't in the room with me. And it was the best experience I could have had. So it started on, technically I started getting contractions on the 16th of November. Before we went bowling. They were coming and going, and I got them to go away, so I figured it wasn't real labor. When we were at bowling, they came back, and they started to pick up a little bit. And about 12:30 at night, they completely petered off, like I didn't have any. And the next morning, at 11:30 in the morning, I started getting them again. My boyfriend goes to me, why don't you go take a bath? I tried taking a bath. I tried laying down. They just kept getting, I wouldn't say more painful because they really weren't, I didn't really think they were painful up until the end, but they were intense feeling. They were like, okay, they're not going away. So he said he was going to go to the gym and he wanted to go grocery shopping by himself, and I said, okay, that's perfectly fine, go and do that. So I'm sitting on the chair with my oldest son, and he calls me and asks, hey, can I go grocery shopping? I'm like, no, you need to come home. They're not going away. They're getting stronger and closer. So I'm rushing around because, second time mom, didn't have my hospital bag packed at almost 36 weeks. Didn't have his bag packed. Didn't have a bag for his older brother packed to go to my parents' house because that's where he was going while we were in the hospital. So we drop my son off. I give him his big hug and a kiss and say, I love you, and you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm crying because I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm scared all at the same time. And I'm realizing, oh my God, a matter of fact, my son isn't going to be an only child anymore. I'm going to have another little one to bring into this world. And I just couldn't believe it. So we get to the hospital, we get up there. And they're like, well, how long have you been having contractions for? I told them since 11:30 in the morning. And they said, okay, we're going to put you in a room and we're going to see what's going on. So they check me. I was 3 centimeters dilated already. We're going to call they go, oh, we're going to call your doctor. We're going to see if everything is the way it's supposed to be, if they want you to stop them, or if they say just let her go or whatever. So they come back in the room and they said, well, you're looking to have a VBAC, so we're going to let you go. We're not going to do anything to stop them. We're not going to do anything to encourage them. So they said, we're going to put you in a labor and delivery room. Since you are 3 centimeters, you're being admitted, and you get to sit, and we're going to give you bags of fluids, and we're going to give you antibiotics, because I had at that point had the little test for that, I don't remember what it's called, but they test you to make sure you don't have it or whatever. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. So they test me and everything, and they said to be on the safe side, we're just going to give you the antibiotics anyways, and because he is premature, He was born at 35 weeks, 5 days. I was almost 36 weeks along at that point. They gave me a steroid for his lungs, and they said if I was still pregnant and in labor by the morning, I would have another shot. So I'm going through the motions. My boyfriend's very helpful. My mom gets there. My boyfriend eats, and my mom's like trying to coach me through everything, and I kind of get lost in a zone. The only way I felt comfortable was on all fours. So I was on all fours on the floor for a lot of the time. And the midwife nurse that I had comes in the room and she goes, you can't have the baby on the floor. It'd be better if you were in the bed. So we got up and we got into the bed. And I just kept asking her, I said, can I get in the tub? All I wanted to do was get in the tub. And she goes, yeah, honey, you can get in the tub. As soon as your IV's done, you're in the tub. I said, okay. And I'm doing it and I'm doing it. And it's intense. And when I was on my back, it was worse. So they was staying on the front part with my butt in the air. I got so hot I took off my little gown and I was just in the bra. And I was like, this is a lot of work. So they put me in the tub. And it's I was able to handle it better in the tub because of the warm water. And I found it more relaxing. And I get to a point where it felt like my body pushed. It happened one time. I figured, okay, it's a fluke. Maybe I just moved and the baby moved or something. I don't know. So I'm doing it. And then the next contraction, my body started pushing. And I go to my mom, I'm pushing. So Billy goes and he grabs the nurse. And the nurse comes back in. And she goes, we're going to empty this. And you can't push in here. We need you on the bed. I said, okay, I'm doing it. I'm okay. I get out. And she has me stand, and she has me sway, and then she has me lean over the bed, and all this stuff. Well, at that point, I was about 6 centimeters. So I get back into the bed, and I'm on all fours again. And I'm telling her, my body's pushing. I can't control it. She goes, okay, if that's what's happening, that's what's happening. Just let it go. They put me on my back. They put my feet in the stirrups. And every time I had the urge to push, my body would just push, and I would hold off for as long as I could, and then I would go. And they let me do that from the time I was 7 centimeters, because between getting out of the tub and getting into the bed and feeling that urge to push almost every time, I was 7 centimeters. So they're letting me go, letting me go, letting me go. And then the doctor comes in and she goes, we don't want you to push. If this is involuntary, okay, it's fine. If it's not, and she's telling her, she's not doing it. It's her body. It's just letting her push. So we're going to let her go. And they checked me again, and I was at an 8. So they said, okay, if that's what's happening, go for it. So I'm in there, and I'm pushing, and I'm pushing. And then she goes, well, you're at a 9, but we need you to pee. He can't get any lower because my bladder was in the way. My bladder was full because I hadn't peed for a really long time, apparently. So they go, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have you get up. First they tried to put a catheter in, couldn't get the catheter in. Then they had me get up and walk to the bathroom and sit on the toilet. Which, mind you, at this point, every time I had a contraction, it was intense. That urge to push was real. So they go, okay, we're going to walk you to that bathroom, and we're going to have you stop, and you're going to, if you need to let it bear down, because gravity helps, she said, just go. So they get me into the bathroom, they have me sit there, and I'm like, I can't pee. I tried. And every time I had the contraction on the toilet, it made it worse. I was like, God, I want him out. So they said, okay, we're going to get you back in the bed. I'm going to try to do the catheter again. Well, she tried to do the catheter again, couldn't get it in. So she goes, you have 2 options. She goes, I could try with the catheter one more time, or you can push. I said, I could what? And she goes, you can push. So they had me push, like where I was actually pushing along with my body, and it was amazing. So I did that for 20 minutes. From the time they said that I can push, and everybody was in the room and I was pushing him out to the time I had him, it was 20 minutes. And let me tell you, that entire time I'm laying there with him on my chest, and I'm looking around, and I said, I did it. I effing did it. I had a baby. I didn't do it with anything, any medication, anything. And I was so in shock and so proud of what I did. I could not believe it. So he's there on my chest and everything, and I had a 1-degree tear that required 2 stitches, and the only reason it required 2 stitches was because it wouldn't stop bleeding. And I still can't believe I did it. I pushed my baby out. I felt everything. I felt that ring of fire, which, let me tell you, that ring of fire is real. You feel the burn, and they're telling you, let his head stretch you. And they're asking me if me pushing was a contraction, and I got to a point where I said, I don't know. I just need to get him out, because that ring of fire, as soon as you get his head out, or her head out, or their head out, I don't know how many kids you're having, but you feel this instant relief. It's like, and out he is, and on his chest he is, and you're just in awe of yourself. You can't believe you gave birth to an actual person. I couldn't believe it. I didn't get to experience this with my first one. So we did that, and they're checking him. They said he had a tongue tie, and he was nursing like a champ, so we went upstairs to the room and everything, and he ended up having jaundice. We had to stay in the hospital for an extra night, which I'm extremely grateful for. I didn't have to move rooms or anything, because where I had my son, I stayed on the maternity floor, but if for any reason they needed the room, they could boot me and my son out of the room and put us up in pediatrics, which I didn't want. And I'm so happy that didn't happen. So I had him. He was in the hospital for a night. And he's 2, almost 3 months old now, and he's the best thing that's ever happened to me and my family, and I could not be more grateful. I just wanted to let you guys know that a successful VBAC is possible. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your doctors and your nurses and your midwives and your support staff, whether that's your significant other, your mother, your father, whoever. But I did it, and I want to let you guys know that you can too. So please like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day. Love you, bye.